Hi everyone. What is up? I'm finally doing a video with my voice. I want to tell you that my English is terrible. I can't speak English properly. This is not my primary language or even a secondary language, whatever. Yeah, please bear with me. So yeah, in this video we'll be going to implement this design, this awesome design from this guy. I think his name is James. I'm not sure, but we are pretty good friend, I guess. So yeah, we'll be working together more in the future, I hope so. So we'll be implement this design in React Native today, and before we do that, let's just go and please go ahead and follow this guy on Twitter. I think he made some awesome design, and you can see these designs are really great, and I think you should follow him. He has some great design skills. I haven't done any research or anything, any type of preparation for this video, so I want to show the full tutorial, like from breaking down this UI to implementing this in React Native. So you will get the full picture, how it should be done or could be done. And yeah, he gave me the files, like the Figma files. Not the Figma files, but yeah, the images. I wanted the images so we can take a good look. I think it's minimized. Yeah, it's minimized. You can see these are the files. These are the 3 screens. This is not 3 screen, this is 2 screen, and this is the modal. And yeah, let's just break it down together. Before we begin, this will be, I think, a pretty big video, so yeah, grab your coffee or whatever you like, and let's get started. So first of all, what we need to see is the gaps between these like layout. And first of all, let's just break it down, what each component does. So this is the header. We can this can be done in 2 ways. Like the React Native header, you can customize the React Native header, or you can just use your custom header in like this in the screen, inside the scroll view. So this can be scrolled with the entire view. And then there is this search bar, and there is this filter button, and if you click on this filter button, this pop-up will open. So we'll get in this pop-up in a moment, but first let's focus on this. So this is a row, and here is the title, and here is a link button to see all the collections, new collection. Okay, so this can be done in like this will be a row where this is a flex on, and this is a flex on, and this is a column. So yeah, and these 3 are a single component. And let's go. There is some chips, or you can say tabs, and then there is a, I think this is called Masonry grid or something. I don't remember the name, but yeah, we'll find out how to do that in this video. So yeah, we will also do troubleshooting or like error handling. So if I am stuck, I will get stuck at some point in this video. So you will see how I like to find solution for those problems. So yeah, I think that might help new developers to get to know how to solve a problem. Yeah, so let's get back to this screen, and this is I would say pretty simple, but it looks pretty difficult to build in React Native, but it is pretty simple. So there is a slider, as you can see, and there is some boxes, random boxes. So this can be done pretty easily. And there is this slider, 2-way slider. I will see if I could find a slider already built in slider, or you can create this with Reanimated pretty easily. And then there is like these GIFs, and this is a flex wrap. So you can do that. do this in FlexWrap pretty easily. And then there is this 3 sections, and then there is this apply button, and then there is this detail screen where there is a background image. So I'm assuming that this pop-up you can see right here will not be opened first. I think this will be at the bottom, or then then the whole image, you can see the whole image. And if you want to see the details, then you can just slide it up, and that will show all the details, and you can just add this to cart. We are not going to integrate any type of functionality like add this to the cart or anything. We can integrate counter or selecting this, but not adding this to cart or anything. That will make this video way longer and much complicated. Okay, so yeah, there is also a bottom navigation bar, so we will integrate bottom navigation bar and nested navigation and all those things. So yeah, let's get started. So let's first of all, I will use Expo for this, and let's open up a terminal. So yeah, let's bring it. Okay, so let's bring it here. I was working on something. Okay. I will be using TypeScript. I just hate JavaScript, and I'm sorry if you guys are not used to TypeScript, but I think you should use to TypeScript. TypeScript should be your default language. That's what I think, at least. Yeah, let's go with TypeScript, and let's see if there is a name for this app. I don't think so. Yeah, let's just go with shopping app. Okay, so it is done. So let's go to shopify.app, and let's bring back the iOS simulator. Okay. Yeah, open that up. Okay. So let's create a new folder. Source. /images. Yeah, so let's grab all those images and put them right here so we can access them later, or let's just create a assets folder right here. I know there is a assets folder up there, but yeah, I like to organize this by putting the assets folder inside the source. Okay, so it's running here. So yeah, let's go and first let's install the React navigation. So we can do that by just, yeah, let's do this. Sit. I forgot how to type. Okay. It's weird. Okay. I don't know why I forgot how to type. Like, I think I'm nervous. That's why. While this is running, let's go to React navigation. Started Reanimated. Let's go to installations, and let's I'm not sure, I don't want to add that by yarn, but I have to add that by Expo. So because we are using Expo, if you are using the React Native CLI, then you have to use this yarn at React Native. React Native Reanimated. So first of all, let's copy this. I forgot. We also need the bottom tabs. Okay. Let's add that. React Native Reanimated as well. So we are installing React Native Screens, React Native Safe Area Context, and React Native Reanimated. Okay. So we have a problem, I guess. So I don't know what's wrong. So it's saying. So this, I don't know. Okay, so let's grab the name. What is going on? I'm not sure what's going on. The internet is working. This is what happens when you get to record a video. So let's run this command. So I think he's I think this time it should work. Yeah, this is working. Okay, so let's install React Native Reanimated. So that is done. So let's import the plugins. What the hell is? Plugins. Okay, so that is done. So first of all, let's kill this and let's relaunch this. Let's explore. Let's see. This is for resetting the cache. So let's reopen this. You have to reload this, otherwise it won't work. We are seeing something, so let's go not in the so let's create some screens first. Screens slash the I think that should call feed screen, or let's call it home screen. That would make more sense. So that's the home screen. Okay, so this is a shortcut I'm using. Let's see if you guys don't have that. You can see all my extensions that I'm using right now. There should be a React or React Native 7. Yeah, this one. I'm using this one. This has lots of snippets that you can use, like RNFE to create a React Native component, RFCE to create a React functional component, or RFC to create a arrow functional component. So yeah, you can do lots of things with that. So let's create a arrow function for a React Native functional component, and that should work. Let's go and implement a navigator. I do like to create a navigators folders, and inside that I like to create a root navigator that will hold all the root level navigation screens. Let's create that. Let's create a stack. We should call that a root stack. Create native. Let's import I don't think that's has been installed. Yeah, we haven't installed React Navigation. let's add the rate React navigation / native React navigation / native stack for stack navigation and React native navigation / bottom tabs for bottom tab navigation. Nice. So let's restart the application. Okay, so let's go. React navigation native stack. We need native stack and we need create native stack, and this is still not working. Create native stack navigator with native stack. Okay, so now we have to create params. Export root stack param list. Let's call it a type, and let's add for now let's add the home screen. I'll replace that with bottom tabs later, but for now let's add home screen and then a details screen. The details screen will be here because you have to you have to navigate to details screen from, let's say, multiple screens like home screen or your card screen. So you will have to add detail screen on the root level so you can access them from everywhere. So let's add undefined there. Okay, and yeah, let's add this here dot navigator with stack dot screen name should be let's see. The auto completion is not working because we haven't added the I think this is called, I forgot, generic. I'm so confused right now. Okay, so home screen, and then let's import the component home screen, and let's import details screen, and this will be a details screen. Okay, and let's get back to app, and let's add navigation container. I'm not sure why it is not importing, so let's import that. When I work alone, everything just works, but right now that I'm making a video, this is just saying that I am not going to work. Let's import navigation container, and let's copy and paste. Okay, so here, so let's import the root stack, root navigator, my bad. So let's just keep it right here, and let's give it a style of, let's say, light or maybe dark. That's it all. And we are not seeing anything because this home text. Okay, we have to do something from there you go. So now we are seeing the home screen here, and our navigation, implementing the navigation is done. Let's add tabs navigator. This is tabs navigator, and let's put the type as tabs. We'll have a home screen, or let's just call it home and define, and let's just see how many screens do we have here. We have a card screen, and then I think this is payment screen, I'm not sure, and this is a profile screen. This doesn't matter because we are not going to navigate to any of this screen. This will be a blank screen. So let's add card and define, and let's add payment and define, and profile undefined. Okay, and let's create a tab stack. I'm not sure why my auto completion not working. There you go, now it's working. So let's add tab stack param list there, and let's fix this typo and add tab stack dot navigator, and then tab stack dot screen name home, and the screen will be, our component will be that home screen, and everything will be the same. This will be the card screen, and this will be the payment screen, and this will be the profile screen. We don't have any other screen, but let's just create a dummy screen right here. So we'll be adding a view with a text. Oh, actually we don't need any of this. Just have a view, empty view. Okay, that should work. Let's add this tab stack to the root stack. So this will be a tab stack, and I'm pretty sure navigation. Let's import that. Navigation native, and let's import navigation params, or I forgot the name. Navigator screen params, and it will take tab stack param list. Okay, and this should be a details, not details screen. We'll have to be consistent with our name. So let's import tab stack navigator. Okay. So now if we see our simulator, there is our stacks, as you can see. Okay, so we got an error, and that is because of this, I should say. So it's like passing an inline functional component. So let's just, there is a sample component. Okay, so let's create a example component right here. That should fix everything. Okay. So here you can see that tab stack is first you can see the tab stack header, and then you can see the root stacks header. This is the root stacks header, and this is the tab stacks header, and then those are stacking with each other. So let's hide the root stacks header. So let's add options. Header shown will be false, so that will hide the root stacks header for this screen, and now you will only see the tab stacks header. So now that's working. So let's go, and we also do not want to show the tab stacks header either, so because we will be implementing our custom header. So I will only go and hide it for home screen, because we are not going to design these screens. So let's just do that for the home screen. Header shown would be false, so we'll not show any header right here. I'm not sure if I should design the tabs first or the home screen first. Let's do one thing. Let's hide the home screen. Let's hide the label first. Label false. I think this should be in the screen. This screen option is for all the screens inside this, so it will affect all the screens, so whatever you put here. so it will remove the labels from every single screen, so that's good. We can import icons from expose/vector icons let's use material icons, and let's add tab bar icon. Let's return an icon with a name. I'm pretty sure there is a home screen, and then let's for now I'm not implementing let's see this design I'll be implementing this design later, but let's create a basic structure first, working structure first, and then I will implement the design later. Let's see home screen, and then let's add size will be the props.size, and let's just go to the props. I think that should work. So let's go and let's add this. There, and that should work. And now you can see every single screen is now home screen, so you have to change the name. I think there is a cart, or I'm not sure what is the icon. You can see that trolley type something, so let's try to see if there is a trolley or shop. I think that should be a shop, I'm not sure. Okay, so let's find out. Okay, so my internet is not helping me at all. Okay, let's search for cart, and this is a shopping cart, obviously. Shopping cart, and there we go. Then we need icon for payment, or that would be a wallet, account balance wallet. That should work. Account balance wallet, that should work. And this is, I know this is a person, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, let's go. And now we can see all the icons right here. I will add the design later, so let's keep it right here and let's focus on the home screen. Yeah, so first of all I want to add safe area or the scroll view. Let's add the scroll view first, then I will add safe area, and then add safe area view to avoid this huge notch. Let's add a text so you can see what I'm talking about. Hello, yeah, so now you can see this is a scroll view and we are avoiding the notch. Okay, so that is there. So let's break it down. So we need a header. So it's a row, and inside the row there is 3 views. So first view will be the avatar, and then there will be a column with a title and a subtitle, and then there will be a outlined icon button. So yeah, let's do this. First of all, let's just get the height from, let's see, this will be 52 pixels, and I think that should work. And the gap between this would be 24 pixels, and this will be 24 pixels as well, because that's what called consistent design, and he is pretty good at this. Okay, so let's add a view with style padding. I think we need padding horizontal of 24 pixels, and flex direction will be row, and align items will be center, and the gap between each item should be, I think this is pretty sure 8 pixels. Yeah, I knew that. Okay, so the gap would be 8 pixels. I love the gap property, so you don't have to add margin to every single component. So that is pretty helpful. I really want to thank React Native 10 to integrate that. So yeah, let's add the avatar first. So let's import our image and let's style that with, I think that is 52, height is 52. You can add width and height together, or I like to do with 52 and aspect ratio to be 1. So this will be a square every time. So you just have to change this width and everything will be, the aspect ratio will be maintained. And then border radius 52 as well. And I think that is this. Let's import, let's grab an image from Unsplash. Let's do version or main. Let's see, let's grab a handsome man. I like him. let's use him for this. Okay, so let's add his source and let's add URI. And I don't like to paste image URLs right in the component, so let's just create a constant value and let's add avatar URL is equals to this. Okay, let's have a break. Okay, so I forgot what I was talking. I'm sorry, there was someone in the door. Okay, so let's add this URL here, so that will be there, and let's make resize mode to cover, so it covers the entire square. Let's save this and let's see what we got. Okay, so there is our avatar, but that's not looking pretty good because this is white. Let's create some color. Let's grab this dude. Okay, it's looking pretty dashing. Okay, so let's add that, and that's looking pretty good. Okay, so let's add horizontal padding too. Let's add horizontal padding. Let's add padding vertical 24 as well. Okay, so that is looking pretty good. And then let's add a view with a style of flex on, so it takes the whole entire width. And let's add a text that will be a title or the name of that person. Let's see. Okay, so hi James. So let's hi him. And I think there is a wave hand. Let's this one. And let's add a text with discover fashion that suit your style. Fashion is HIO and that should your style. Okay, that should work. Okay, so let's see. There is our type name. So let's add font size 18, font width 600, and let's add a margin bottom of, I would say this will be 4 pixels, or I think this is more. This is 8 pixels. Pretty sure this is supposed to be 8 pixels. I think 12 pixels. That's a lot of padding. Okay, let's add padding bottom of 12 pixels. I would like 8 pixels of padding. Yeah, I like that more. Because there is a height. I'm not sure if you will understand that. Okay, so let's move on. And let's make it a number of lines 1, so it doesn't break down. If someone has a long name, then it will just dot 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 dot. Let me just show you. If I add a long name, it will just I don't know how to say that. It will just break down there. I hope you understand that. Okay, and same for this. So let's add a style first, and I'm pretty sure there is a slight opacity, so yeah, that is there. And at this moment I want to use the theme, so later I don't have to convert all those colors. So let's add theme, use theme, and let's get colors from there, and let's add the color here. That color will be colors.text, and this color would be colors.text, but there will be a opacity. This is with 0.5. So let's see, yeah, there we go. And let's add number of lines to 1 as well, and I think that's looking pretty good. Let's add 7.5, and that is looking nice, and that part is done. Then let's add the bordered icon button. So let's add touchable opacity and style. The width would be similar to the avatar, which is 52, and the aspect ratio would be on, and align items would be center, because I want to align the icon to the center and justify content to the center. And there will be a border radius of 52, and let's add a border width of 1 and border color of colors.border, and there you go, we have a ring right there. You can tap on that if you want. Let's add icon, and let's import the icon first. Icons from add expo/vector icon/material icons, and yeah, let's import that. Let's add name, and I'm not sure what is the icon. This is the I think notification icon. Okay, so name would be notifications, and the size would be 24, and the color would be colors.text, and there we go. We just made our header. Pretty cool. And if you go back to the design, you can see this is not white, this is F5, 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 and if you go here, this is F2, F2, F2. So let's customize our theme according to that design. So let's go to app, and let's import const theme, use memo. Let's import the theme object dot default theme, and let's call it theme object. And I don't know what's wrong. Okay, so we have to add the brackets. Yeah, let's add this theme inside our container. There is our theme. Now let's change the colors. First of all, let's add the default theme.colors, so we don't have to add all the colors by ourselves. Let's add, this would be F5, F5, F5. So if I save, and now if I open our color picker, this was F5, F5, F5. So that's pretty cool. And if you see, this is not pure black, so this is online, online, online. So we have to change our text color to online, online, online. So this is our text color. Let's change this to online, online, online. Okay, and this was our border color. So let's oh, you can do that. I didn't know that. Okay, so let's add the border color. I'm not sure if I could do that. So let's see. Change the border color to this color. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. And the cool thing is the primary color is the text color. So yeah, let's change that too. You know what? let's make it full screen so we don't have to switch back every single time. So that should look pretty cool. I'm just hoping that the screen recorder is recording the screen, because otherwise it will be a mess. So let's see. Okay, so the primary color is also going to be the text color. This is it. Okay, so that is looking pretty cool. Okay, so let's see if we can find any outlined notifications. So no, there is no outline notifications. So that is what we have right now. That should work. So yeah, let's move on to the next section. Let's comment it out. This is the header section, and then now let's move on to the this search section. So let's break it down first. So we have a row again, and then there is a flex on for the search, and then there will be a field circle button. So let's do that. Search section, or let's just call it search bar section, and let's add a view, and then let's style that up. Flex direction should be row, and padding horizontal would be 24, and the gap should be 24 as well. I'm pretty sure the gap is 16. I'm pretty sure the gap is 16. So the gap is actually 12, not 16. Okay, so let's add gap 12. That should work. Let's add a touchable opacity for the search section, and let's style it up. This should be a flex on, so it takes the entire screen, and then the height should be 52, and the border radius should be 52 as well, and then there will be a border width on border color, which is going to be our colors.border, and let's add align items to center, and there is a padding right over here, and this padding is going to be 24. Yeah, let's do 24. Padding horizontal should be 24, and the gaps should be 12 as well, because there is consistent design. So let's just see first. So as you can see, this is the this is what we get. So let's add the search icon first. So let's add icon. The name will be search, and let's add size of 24, and color would be colors dot text, and let's the reason it didn't align center, because the flex direction is column, so it centered this item in this direction. So in this direction, so we have to change the flex direction to row. So now it is centered in this direction, and as you can see, the color of the search icon is exactly the same as the border. So change the color to the border color, and as you can see, this looks pretty dark compared to the border, and that's a visual I think this is the fault of human eyes. So these two colors looks the same, but they are not same. So let's just go back to text color, and let's add a style, and then add a opacity of 0.5. So now, as you can see, these two colors are looking pretty same, but these are not same. So that is just fascinates me every time. Okay, so let's add a text. This will work as the placeholder, and let's call it search. I think that was search. Yeah. And let's add flex on, and Let's add font size to be 16 and the color should be color statistics, and the opacity is again going to be 0.5. So there you can see the search icon, sorry, the search bar. And yeah, that was everything for the search bar. And then there is like the search icon, so which we can copy from that the icon, copy the icon here and add that there. So now this is the icon, so we have to change the icon to a the field icon. So let's remove the border and let's add a background color of colors.text or primary, and this would be a color of let's see a background color, and that will invert the colors. Okay, so let's go, we just edit that, and let's add a filter color, or not filter, alt. That's kind of works, but I need another icon, so let's search for filter. Okay, so we need tune, so let's add tune. Yeah, there we go, that looks much better. And let's go back there and let's see the distance between these two. So as you can see, the distance is 25 or 24, and if we match our let's see, the vertical padding, that was 24, so this is 24, but this is looking pretty narrow because the screen is a lot bigger than the screen that used in this design. Okay, I hope you understand that. Okay, so let's collapse that, let's collapse this on 2. So now our search bar section has been done, so let's move on to the next section. So the next section, we need to add a title bar here, and let's add that. Let's call that in collection, grid collection view, and let's first work on let's add a view first to group them out, and then let's add the title bar. And let's add a view which should have a flex direction of row, and align items as center, and justify content space between to move the items from each other. So let's add the title, which is going to be new collections, and let's add another text which will be see all, and this will wrap inside a touchable component. And as you can see, these are moved from each other. So let's add a padding of 24, so that will move them. Okay, let's add padding horizontal, padding vertical, and let's not add padding horizontal either here. So let's remove that, and yeah, and let's style the safe area. Add a padding vertical of 24 pixels, that will move that down, and add a gap 24 pixels, so that will make a gap between every single component, 24 pixels gap, that will give every single component 24 pixels of gap. So we don't have to add padding vertical to every single component. So yeah, let's style this up. I'm pretty sure this is the font size is 20 pixels, because this font size is a lot bigger than that. So let's add, I think let's add 22 pixels. Font weight should be 800. Yeah, let's add 7. Let's add 20, and that looks good. I think the title section is done, so now we can move on to the next section, which is this grid section. So this is pretty simple. So there is a row which contains this entire view, and these two are inside a column. So let's do that. Let's create a view first. So style would be flex, and flex direction should be 1, row, and let's add a view, and this would be the card view. So let's comment it out to the card. Flex should be 1, and let's add a height of 200 pixels for now, and let's add an image. The source is going to be, let's import a source to be .assets slash images slash image01, image.1. I hope they are PNGs or JPEG. These are in JPG format. Okay, so the resize mode is going to be cover, so it takes the entire available space. So yeah, as you can see, there is our, okay, so that is quite weird because we added, okay, so we have to let's add position to be relative, and let's add style to be style sheet dot absolute fill, so that will fill the entire available space, which is it's not currently doing. So let's see what's wrong. It is covered. Okay, so we have to add a overflow of hidden, yeah, that blocked that from going everywhere, but it's still not correct because we want the image's height to be 200 pixels, which it is not. So okay, I'm not sure why it is not like that. I did that, and the height is 200. Okay, I'm not sure if I do need to reload this. So no, it's not working. Okay, so let's do this like flex 1. Yeah, that does work. Not, let's see, cover content center, no, straight. Why? This is quite strange because let's add a flex on here. Let's see. Supposed to cover the entire screen. I'm not sure why it is not doing that. It's an absolute top 0, right? 0. Bottom 0, and then the right should be 0. Okay. Position relative thing is not working. So the height should be here. That is for sure. Okay, let's just move on to the next section and we'll figure that out why it is not working. So let's flex direction should be column, which is by default, and let's add another image, let's add this, create a card is equals to, and yeah, that should and let's card, and this should just okay, so there should be 2 cards. As you can see, there is 2 cards, and here is a card, and the gaps between each card should be 12, and the gap between these 2 cards should also be 12. So now you can see those gaps, and let's add some border radius, which I'm not quite sure. Let's add 24 pixels of border radius, and that looks pretty good. Okay, so let's try to add the image too. That was more horrible. Okay, so let's see what's going on here. Let's okay, so let's try to use online image, and let's see. Try to use that. Yeah. Okay. 1 second. So you see, this time it's working, but at that time it was not working. Like now it's not working, but now it is working. I don't know what is going on, but the URL image is working. So I actually don't know what's going on there. So let's not waste time on that. Let's move on. Let's add margin bottom of 12 pixels, so we have some spacing right up there. So okay, so we're actually quite done with this section. Oh, we need to add one more thing in the cards, this pricing thing. So let's add that. So this is a relative thing, so we have to add a view. So let's add a view, and let's add a text, and that will be $on30 or on 30. Okay, so let's add a style pad. Let's add a position. First position would be absolute, and the left would be 16, top will be 16. I'm just hoping that there will be 16 pixels, and then let's add padding horizontal to be 16 as well, and the padding vertical should be 12, and the background color should be RGB 800 and 0, which is black, and then 0.5, which is the 0.5 opacity. Yeah, there you go. So we need 0.25, which is a lot better. And then add a border radius of 16 pixels, or let's just say 100 pixels, doesn't matter. Okay, so let's work on this text, and let's add font size to be 14, font weight to be 600, because I think that's 500. And let's add color white. I'm not using the theme color because I know that the background is an image, so I have to use of white here. So we are not going to take the color from the theme. And let's add 8 to make it more compressed. Let's go with 10. Yeah, that looks much better. And let's bring it up to 600. And that is looking pretty close. I would say that is looking pretty close. And we are done with the collection section. And let's move on to this horizontal tabs or chiefs, whatever you want to say. Let's just go there. Let's just see. There are lots of items. So instead, let's create a constant value. So let's create tabs or categories, and let's add clothing and choose accessories, stories. Yeah, let's add I don't know what else can I add. What is that? I don't know. Let's just add random things like I don't know, socks or whatever you want. Let's go with accessories 2, accessories 3, accessories 4, and so on. Okay, so that's our card. We will organize all of this in a moment, but first now let's add a categories section, which is going to be a flat list. So that will be a flat list. The data will be the categories, this array, and this will be a horizontal flat list. Let's render an item text, and let's get the item from here, and index. We don't need the index. Let's just get the category and add that there, and you will get a category section, categories, all the categories here. So let's style this up. Let's add a view and let's add style. So it's like selecting a category here. You can see the first category is selected, and you will assume that we have to store all the categories by their name, but you can do by their indexes. So let's just create a state. Use state by category. Index should be 0. So you never know what type of category you have, so you have to you don't have to use the category name to be used inside the state. You can just do the index, so it will always get the first categories. So let's get the index. I like to move it to a return state, and let's add const is selected. It will be like category index is equals to that index or not. So let's do background color. If it is selected, then this will be colors.primary color, otherwise this will be a colors.card color, because as you can see this is white and the card color is white. So that is there, and this is selected. So yeah, let's go with styling the text. Same thing. If it is selected, then this will be a colors.background color, otherwise this will be a colors.text color, normal color. There you go. And this will be a touchable opacity. Let's import touchable opacity, and on press the set category index is going to be the current index, which will work like this. Okay, nice. So let's style the category card. Let's add a padding horizontal of 16 pixels. Let's add padding vertical of 10 pixels, and let's add border radius 100 pixels, and that these categories are pretty huge, so let's make them more bigger. Yeah, that looks much better. And then let's customize this. Let's add weight, font weight 600, and font size should be 16. Yeah, that looks much better. Let's hide the horizontal scroll bar. So this is pretty cool. So now let's add padding. Do not add padding inside style. So let's just add. You have to add padding to the list container or container style. This content container style. So add padding horizontal of 16 pixels. That will add 16 pixels padding, and then add a gap of 16 pixels, and that will add gaps between each category. I think that was 12. This would be 12, and there we go. There is your category selector. There is a slight border, as you can see, and the text opacity should also be changed based on the selected or not. If selected, then this would be a 1, otherwise 0.5. That looks pretty cool. Let's add the border. Border width should be, if selected, 1, otherwise 0. Border color would be colors.border. I'm not sure if you can, this should be inverted. Okay, so now you can see the borders. Nice. So yeah, I think the category selection section is done. Then let's move on to the next section, and that is this Masonry card section. Okay, so let's find some Masonry. I'm not sure the name of this. Let's Google it. Masonry grid list React Native. There might be some libraries for that. I am pretty sure there is one. So yeah, this is looking pretty cool. Okay, so I'm not sure this is the one I should get. So it React Native Reanimated and Masonry is created with this issue. Reanimated Masonry list. Let's try that out. Okay. Yeah, let's just install this. And it requires React Native Masonry list. Then we also need gesture handler, which we haven't installed yet. So npx expo install React Native gesture handler. And let's see if we need anything else to be done. I'm pretty sure there is a step we need to follow to install gesture handler. Let's see. So we need a gesture handler root view, which we will be adding in a moment, and we have to use add this in the root. I'm not sure it is required in expo or not, but let's just import that, and let's add the root view at the root here. Nice. And I think I should restart the process, so let's just do that. Let's restart it. And there was a warning that npx expo install. Okay, so install. Let's avoid that. Let's go with. Let's reload this up. Okay, let's read the docs for Masonry. Let's import that. And I'm pretty sure this is a list view, so we can't just use this inside a list view. So I will not use that inside this scroll view. So actually we can't use that inside the scroll view. I'm pretty sure that we can't use that inside the scroll view. So let's use that card item from the bottom, and I will not do any of those on each rain. And let's add some dummy data. And I'm pretty sure that it will throw errors. So it didn't render anything. Wow. Okay, so it is, let's just remove that. Okay, So it's item should okay. So I'm not getting anything. That could be because this should have a view, and let's just see what it does required. So rendered item. Let's just try to add a text. Yeah, it is working inside the scroll view. My bad. Okay, so let's try to add content. Let's add an image, source URI, which is going to be from an Unsplash image. Let's get that for now. Okay, so let's resize mode should be cover, and let's add. I'm not sure how we can add a dynamic height to this. Okay. So the first item you can see is square, but every other one is like slightly longer than that. So let's just see the aspect ratio. We can use the aspect ratio to do that. If the index is there is no index. What? Oh, that was I. Okay, so if I is 0, then the aspect ratio is going to be 1. Otherwise, the aspect ratio is going to be let's say 2/3. Let's just go with that, and let's make the position relative, and let's make this position should be style sheet dot absolute fill. Let's try it out. Make the overflow hidden and add a background color to red. Okay, so we are seeing something, but we are not seeing the image. Oh, we are seeing the image. It just takes too long to load. Okay, so as you can see, this is a Masonry effect. So the first one is square, that's why it is slightly offsetted to the upper side, and then it will give you this effect. Okay, so let's get back. Let's add a content container style, and add a padding of 24 pixels horizontally, and that will do that. And then I am pretty sure there will be a gap property. Let's see how can I add gap. Let's read the document, and okay, let's empty, let's list footer, number of columns, and there is no gap property. I'm pretty sure there should be a gap property. Let's see. I'm not sure this will work. Yeah, this should never work. So let's add it. Let's see what type of style we have. There is an indicator style, this is list header style, and a container style. Let's see what is the container style do. Let's add a padding of 16 pixels. That is again another container. Let's try to add the gap here. No, that doesn't work. They didn't add any gap. Why? Spacing, nothing. Style. Okay, in this here you can see they definitely added a gap between these. So let's just take a look at an example. So let's see, let's break it down. So here is an app and these are the items, and then they're using, this is a card, and yeah, there is our padding. Oh no, that's not it. So align center, and then there is data rendering, and they are adding gap, margin top 12. Shows they are adding gap inside the card. Okay. So that will add the gap on the top only, pretty sure. Margin top 12. Oh, what just happened? What? How? I just added margin top to 12 and it just added gap everywhere, like the left, right, bottom, everywhere. I don't really know what just happened. Anyway, at least it's working right now. So let's add a border radius to 24 pixels, and that will add border radius. Pretty cool. Let's go to our design and let's see, there is a blurred background and then there is a title, there is a heart. So let's build that. So let's add a view which should be style sheet dot absolute fill, and let's add another style, and okay, so that should just, okay, that will work. And then we need to add this component. So let's add a view. So style, the flex direction should be row, and I don't think the items should be aligned in the center because the title could be long. So let's add the padding first. Padding to be 12. So let's add the text. And the text should be flex should be 1. So the text gets the full width, and the button gets the only the width it requires. So let's add some title. Puma everywhere. Oh, what was that? Everyday hustle. Let's do double S, and that should work. Okay, so let's add some font size. Font size would be 18. Font width should be 600, and the color is theme colors.text. So as you can see, the text color is not visible because they're using a light background. That's why it was working here, but we don't know what type of background we are going to use. Let's just get a light background so we can match the design to the actual design. I think this should work. Let's see. Okay, let's just grab this. Yeah, as you can see, the title is now showing pretty well. So let's just bring the padding a bit more. Let's make it 16 pixels because that was pretty big, and let's add that view. Let's add style. Background color should be white, and then the border radius should be 100, and let's add a height of, I'm pretty sure that it is 32 pixels. Let's see, that was 32 pixels, so let's add 32 pixels, and aspect ratio of 1, and align items to center the icon, justify content to center the content. Okay, so let's add icons, and the name should be favorite, and that should be favorite border, and the size should be 24, and the color should be #000 to add a black color. Let's bring down the size a bit. Okay, that looks pretty good to me, but as you can see, there is a different color in every single one. I don't know if that is required. Okay, so let's see what we can do. I think let's add colors.text, and let's add background color. Okay, that looks much better. And then let's say the spacing is 12, so I'm not sure why it is not giving me a 12 pixel spacing, because the aspect ratios are not same, so it's not giving me consistent spacing. So you can see this spacing is 12, but this is not 12. Okay. Let's worry about that later. Let's bring this down to 14 pixels, and that should work. Let's add a gap of 8. Let's bring this up to 16 pixels. I think that should work. Okay, let's just get to the next part. That should be here, and let's add a spacing between both of them. So let's add a style of flex 1 that will push the bottom one to the bottom and the upper one to the upper side. Let's add a style. This is a gradient background, so there is a gradient linear blurred background, blur view in Expo, so let's use that. So let's go and let's install that. So instead of view, let's use blur view, and this should be size direction should be a row, and align items should be center, and there should be I forgot intensity. Yeah, let's add intensity to should be 20 around. I will play with that. Background color should be RGBA 0.5. Let's add a comma, and let's add some text. So there is a price, and then there is a add to cart button. Okay, so let's add the price first. Let's add a style fix 1, and number of lines should be 1, and dollar on $60.000. And let's add font size to be 16, font weight would be 600, and the color would be white. Oh, I mean white. Okay, so this should be up there. Okay, no, it should not be up there. Okay, so this padding, this 16 pixel padding should not be there, it should be here. Okay, so now we are getting the 16 pixel padding. So let's add padding here as well, which is going to be 8 pixels, and border radius would be 100, and overflow should be hidden to clip all the overflow. So the blur radius could be a bit, let's see, yeah, that should work. Let's add the button. So the opacity and add it text, not text. Let's add the icons. Name would be shopping cart. I'm not sure what is this. Let's try to find a similar icon. Let's see. I think shopping bags would work. Let's go with that. Add shopping cart. Yeah, that will work. Add shopping cart. The size should be 20, and the color would be black. Then add style, padding horizontal should be 12, padding vertical would be 8, and then border radius is going to be 100 again. And let's add a background color, and it will be white. There we go. And let's make it a bit wider. And as you can see, there is a so let's see what we can do about that. So let's bring that padding down to 12. Yeah, that looks much better. And let's add a padding of 4 to that, and as well the text, let's add a margin left of 4. Yeah, that looks much better. This is tappable. Okay. Okay, so there is, as you can see, this is not aligned correctly, so we have to reduce the padding horizontal from the container style. This let's bring it down to around 12. Let's try that out. No, 16. I think the 16 is looking pretty good. I think we should look for a new Masonry list, because this is not looking that good. Okay. Okay, so instead of adding the padding top or the margin top, Where did I add that? Is that? Yeah. So let's remove that and add padding everywhere, which should be 4 pixels, or it should be 6 pixels. Oh, not actually padding. Let's add that the top of the card. Let's add a view and let's add padding here, 6 pixels. That will, yeah, now this, okay, shows there is 6 pixels right here, so this will be 24 minus 6, which is 18. No, actually, okay, so this 12. Yeah, 12 is working pretty good. I think this is looking now this is symmetric, and there is no, these gaps are symmetric or same gap. Now this is looking pretty good. Nice. Okay, I think the home screen is pretty much done right now. So yeah, let's go. Nice. Awesome. Okay, let's go and implement this bottoms model, and for that we have to use the bottom seat model or bottom model seat from React Native. So let's install that. Bottom seat React Native. Let's go. Let's go to the installation guide and let's add this. And let's I have already installed React Native and React Native gesture handler, so we don't need to install that. Let's go to the let's go here, and this is the bottom seat. So let's not just copy everything. Let's add the provider at the top first. Inside that root component, let's add the provider. So bottom seat provider, model provider. Let's import that and then add the root stack inside. Okay, so that is there. And now we have to import this bottom seat model. So let's import that right over here. Let's import it, and we need to add some. First of all let's add the reference. Reference should be the bottom seat model reference, and we need some points, and let's add points, snap points. I will go with I think this is 70% of the screen. Like, yeah, let's add 75%. Okay, so now we have to. Okay, so let's import all the changes. Like, so initial index should be 0. Index should be 0 because this is this index represents what size so the initial index should be, so that will be 0. And then let's handle those opening and closing functions. Let's add them there. Okay, that will work. Let's say we don't really need this one. So handle press should be, this will be using for the press for the press. Okay, so let's call it open filter model, and let's add this in our search filter button on press. That will toggle the bottom seat, and let's add some view inside that. Let's add a text view. Let's see modal. Okay, So we're actually ready to test it out. Let's click on this, and here we go. We have a bottom state model. Pretty cool. So we can close it, and let's there is a, as you can see in the design, there is a blurred background, so let's do that as well. Let's go to guys, and there is a custom backdrop. Let's grab everything from there and let's add that in a component. Components backdrop, or let's call it custom backdrop. Let's tsx and add that there. Let's add the backdrop to our backdrop component. Background, it will be a backdrop component, and let's add props. Let's just add that there. Okay, so let's props and I was actually forgot it. Okay, so initially that will not work. I don't know, they should fix this, but it is inverted. So if I put 0 here and 1 there, that will work. As you can see, that is working right now. And this should be like the value is, oh I'm sorry, it should not be 1, it should be -1. Okay, so it should be from 0, -1 to 0. Yeah, so as you can see now it's animating. Yeah. So it will be 0 to 0.5. This is the actual opacity, and this is the like the where my model is currently, and this is the actual opacity, so which is going to be 0.5 at when my model is completely opened, and when it is at 0 it will be, the opacity will be 0. So let's go with that, and the background color will be 0, completely dark. And yeah, that is that. And let's also animate the blurred background. So I want to use the blurred background, so instead of just a view. So for that we have to create animated blur view, which is going to be create component or something like that from Reanimated. So it's going to be component like custom component named Reanimated. Let's search for that, and yeah, this one. So animated.create animated component, and let's use the blur view from expo, and this is the blurred view. So we, instead of using the blur view, we can use that as well. And then let's add an intensity of 20 pixels, and let's see why it is not working. Okay, so we added our blur view, but it's not working. Okay, so let's add some style like flakes one. That should work in my opinion, but it's not currently working. So let's just, okay, so we have to add a background color as well. Let's see, is 0, 0, 0 and 0.5. Let's try to add that. No, it's not working. Okay, I'm not quite sure why it is not working. It's supposed to work. Okay, so as you can see, this is working. There is a style which I forgot to add, which is this one. Sorry, we have to add that here. So let's add that, and if I go, yeah, there you go, here you can see our blurred background, but it is not animating right now. So if you add that, you might thought that this will animate, but this won't. This will only animate the background. It won't animate the blur radius. So we want that to be animated, not the opacity. So you can also use a shared value for that, which is going to be our blur intensity. So let's call it intensity, and let's use that there. So initially it would be 0, and let's see, let's try to use this, and let's go with, okay, so we can actually do on more. We don't need to use that. So we can actually, let's see, what can we do? Okay, use animated scroll handler, and then there is use and okay, it only returns the value. Okay, so let's do this entire thing inside here. I'm not quite sure if it is good, so let's do 20 here, and let's remove that as well. Let's remove that. This would be RGB 0.000 and 0.5, and there you go. And this is not working. Let's see. That is not working. Let's there was the article I was reading, animate blur view, animated. Yeah, if I was the one. Oh, actually we can, no, this wasn't the one. I think this was the one where I got the idea for using this custom color. Okay, so let's value that current. It's let's try to see some stack overflow. There is this use code and then animation. I don't want it to be a timing animation. I want to animate it when the value changes. I think we could just use the use effect, but that would be, let's see, what else do we have here? Okay, let's open up the last. Let's go to GitHub and let's search for Twitter profile. So it's profile screen. Let's open the profile screen. Okay, so there is our animated Apple profile. Okay, so yeah, there is our animated. Okay, so there is our use animated props. Nice. We could have used that. Okay, so this is animated props, and then we can just add this here, and let's use that animated props here. Nice. And now you can see the blur is animating. Pretty cool. But the opacity is not animating at all, so let's try to fix that. Okay, so we should fix that. So let's go. I don't want to add the opacity to the entire view. Just we have to use the background color. We have to change the background color only. So let's bring back that. Where was that? Okay, so let's bring back this opacity controller, and let's. No, I don't know. I think let's add background color here, and this should be inside a RGB A000, and then there it will be there. Okay, so it will go from negative on to 0.5. So let's add this style here, and now it's the background opacity is also animating. Pretty cool, isn't it? Nice. So now I think this should be a bit higher, so let's use 80% the height. That looks pretty cool. Okay, let's move on, and let's add the title. Let's add this screen in another screen. So let's create a filter view right here, and let's add that filter view here. So yeah, let's go inside that filter view. So we need that filter text, and we also need a reset text which should be inside a touchable opacity. And let's get the touchable from React Native. So this will be inside a row. So let's wrap it inside a row. X direction should be row, and alignment should be centered, and padding horizontal should be 24. And let's style this up. This should be flex 1, and let's add font size to be 820. Font width should be 600. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. Let's add 700. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. And it is filters. Nice. Okay, so the next task is to add this range selector, price range selector. So let's add that. Let's collapse that. Range selector. Let's add the title first. Price range. And let's go and add a view. So let's add that view inside that, and let's add another view to group them up. And let's break it down. What should we do? So we have to track two variables first. So let's add some use states. So we have to store on variable that is going to be the minimum price, which is going to be, let's say, $50 by default, and then there is going to be a maximum price, which is going to be $250, and let's have some constant which is going to be min price, which is going to be 0, and then another max price, which will be 500. So that's the actual range, and these are the values currently we're using currently. Okay, so let's go and add. First, we are not going to think about how we can animate that. Let's just add the views first. Okay, so let's add a view. Let's style this. Height should be 1 pixels and the width should be 100%, and let's add a background color. Let's bring our theme. Let's add theme.colors.border. Okay, so that is our range. So let's add padding horizontal of 24 pixels, and let's style this up as well, padding vertical of 24 and gap of 24 as well. Okay, so let's add a view and let's add style margin bottom up to 16 pixels. Okay, so this is it. So now let's add a view as well to take to display those numbers right here. Okay, so this could be okay. So let's add two text $0, or we can say minimum price, and another text which is going to be $max price, and let's style it up. So X direction should be row, then items should be centered, and justify content should be space between. Okay, so now it is 0 and 500, and let's add a margin top of, let's say 8. That should work, or maybe 16 or 12. Yeah, that was pretty cool. And let's add a style. Color should be our theme.colors.text, and opacity should be 0.5. That is looking pretty cool. Let's work on the slider value, which is going to be let's add position to be relative. So we can add our value, which is going to be style. Okay, so position will be absolute, and then it will be from the left side, it will be 50. So we have to calculate that, and we can do that by calculating the percentage. So let's do that. So it is in total it is $500. Let's remove that and let's add 0 there, because it will always start from 0. Nobody wants negative value in their price. So let's do that. So it the max price is 500. So this is 100%. The 100% value would be 500, and then it will be a simple calculation. So how much will be the $50 price will be. So yeah, let's just do that math. So the 100% is 100% is 500. So 1 will be 500 by 100, and then both will be multiplied with 50, and you will get the no, that is not working. So it will be, let's say I'm confused. So Oh, this will be 100 divided by 16. Okay, so this will be 10%. So let's do that. So 100 by max price, or 100 multiplied with the minimum price, both will be divided by the max price, and in the end let's add a percentage. Okay, so what's going on here? Well, let's not add that, or this one. Okay, so this will be the starting point, and the width would be let's see, the width would be this value plus the this 250. No, yeah, this will be the same. Okay, so let's grab that and let's add that to max price, and let's okay, so let's add some height would be 100%, which is on pixel anyway, so you can add on pixel or you can add 100%, and let's add a background color which is going to be theme.colors.primary color, and hope you can, there you go, we are getting $10 and $250. I hope this is $250, and I am pretty sure this is not $250. $250 should be here, somewhere here, or actually, okay, so this is not quite working, I would say. So okay, so it does not require, sorry for that. No, this is also not 250. Okay, this I'm pretty sure this is $250, because $250 should be in the middle, but this is not the middle. So okay, so we are actually we have to minus that, minus minimum price actually. Yeah, now we are talking. So this is 50% and this is 10%. Nice. So we got that working. And for the handles, we also need to go with animated view. Let's for now let's focus on view, and let's add another view inside that. Okay. This is just for the design purpose. That single dot you can see, that's width to height to, and the background color is going to be theme.colors.primary. Okay, so let's add styling. So let's add position should be absolute left should be, let's say, 10%, and okay, so top should be, okay, the height is going to be I would say 24 pixels. Aspect ratio should be 1, align item should be center, and justify content should be center, and border radius should be 100, and let's add a border color. It's going to be theme.colors.primary, and add a border width of 1 pixels. So that is there. So now we have to make it move up, so there should be like top would be negative. So 24 pixels, the 24 pixels minus 2, which is going to be 22, and then it will be 11, or it can be 10, it can be 12. So let's bring it up to 3 pixels, and now it is perfectly centered. And let's add a border radius as well. 10. Okay, so now it is perfectly centered. So let's make it 2. Let's add a background color of theme.colors.background, and that is pretty cool. And as you can see, this point is not in the center. The center point should be here. So the left, so this should be transform, not let's see, should be translate x should be -12, and then translate y should be -12 as well. Okay, so we have to add another one. Let's open up and let's remove this top one, and now this is in the center, perfect center. And let's add back the background color. Nice. Okay, there is lots going on. Okay, so let's move this in a custom component. Let's name it slider handle. Return this, and let's add name, and yeah, that is that. And let's remove that absolute thing as well, because we'll be adding that here, pretty sure. Okay, so we actually need to add that here. Add a view first, and then add this. Position absolute left 10%, and everything should be similar. And let's add 50%, and there is our 2 handles right there. Okay. Oh, nice. And I'm not quite sure I have time to animate them, but let's finish other things first, because these are pretty easy to do. So let's do that first, then I will come back to this if I got time, because I am super tired. I can make another video on this, how you can animate that. So let's go. Let's set a margin bottom. Margin. There is margin bottom. There is a margin bottom already, but it's not. Okay. So margin bottom should be 24. Nice. Oh. This is the whole slider thing. This is super complicated, I know. But yeah, let's go into this GIFs thing. Let's add another view. So let's thing by sports category filter view. Let's add it text. I think that is, yeah. Let's add a view. Style will be flex, direction should be row, and it will be a flex wrap of wrap, and the gap should be 12. And there is our chip. Now the chip would be like this, and running 3. Okay, so let's add some style, padding. Horizontal is 16, padding vertical is going to be 8, and border radius should be 100. Background color should be theme.colors.text, and let's add style here. Font size 14, font width should be 600. The color should be theme.colors.background color, and there is our chip. So let's add padding as well. Padding horizontal of 24 pixels, and let's add style as well. So font size of 16, font weight of 600, and maximum bottom of 12 pixels, I would say. Okay. So that is our chip. Let's do an array of say 20.fill this.map. This is a cheap way to create empty arrays. And let's add index, and there is no item yet. Let's add a key of I, and let's do the same thing what we did in the category section. Let's return this, and const selected is going to be I is equals to 0. Later we will be adding use state to track that. So here, if it is selected, then okay, so if it is selected, then it will be color text, otherwise this will be theme.colors.background color. Okay, nice. And the same thing, if it is selected, then background color, otherwise theme.colors.text color. And there we go, we have these many items. So let's change the item to be item I. Okay, so there you go, we got our chips, 20 chips. And let's fix that. Let's go with 10 chips. Yeah, that will work. Okay, so let's make this a component as well. Let's chip component, and let's return this component here. So let's get some props. It's selected is going to be a boolean, label is going to be a string, and there is our item count, which is going to be a number. So let's go with that. Let's go with selected, label, and item color. And this is going to be our label, and this is going to be our item color. And we do need our theme, so let's make it a return and grab the theme from there. And we don't need I, and everything is fine. So let's return, instead of returning that, let's return our chip. Item count should be I, label should be, let's call it item, and its selected is going to be our is selected, or I is equals to 0 for now, and we can just do that. And there we go. Nice. So let's copy this section, and let's add our color filter, and there is like quite a bit of color. So let's now I think we have to add. Okay, so let's use this same chip to add a color, or we can do one thing. Is going to be a left, optional left, which is going to be a React node. Okay, so left, and this left will be used inside here. You can add that there, and if left, then add view and then add left inside that, because we want to add a padding margin right of 4 pixels. Okay, nice. And let's see what can we do. Okay, so this is going to be our color, which is going to be our white or whatever you want. And then let's create a map or array of map, which is going to be a color, which is going to be a red, and then the label is going to be red, and the item count is going to be, let's say, 4. Let's repeat this by blue to yellow 6, purple, and let's give it purple. And this is our item, and this is going to be item dot item count. The label will be item dot label, and then there is a left component, which is going to be a view. And let's add style, which should be like background color should be our item dot color, and let's add width of 8 pixels, height of 8 pixels, border radius should be 8 pixels, and there we go, we are getting colors. So let's bring it up a bit. That looks good. And this should be flex, direction should be row, align items should be centered. Nice. Okay, and this should be colors, color, and let's move this up. Colors should be that. Let's do that. Okay, nice. And then there is our sleeves, exactly the same thing. Sleeves, let's copy that and paste that. There is like short sleeve, long sleeve, and sleeveless. So let's try to let's do sleeves. ID should be short sleeves. Labels should be short sleeve, I guess, not short sleeve, short sleeve. Short sleeve, and item count is going to be 200, let's say 20. And then it will be long sleeve, and then there is sleeveless, no sleeve at all. Let's add 100 and sleeves 60. Okay, so let's use that. We no need to add anything in the left, but everything should work. There we go, we have short sleeve, long sleeve, and sleeveless. Nice. And now finally let's add the button. But before adding the button, let's add a view with style of flex 1, so it pushes all the content above to the top, and whatever is in the below will be pushed down. So let's add a touchable button, let's add text, and let's see. So apply filters. Nice. Apply filters, and this will be the lowercase filter. And let's add some styling. Background color should be color theme.colors.primary. Height is going to be, let's see, what is the height of this? It is 64 pixels. 64 pixels. Border radius should be 64 pixels as well. Align items should be center. Justify content should be centered. And okay, so let's see what we got. There we go, we got this, and let's wrap it inside a view so that we can add padding to it. Okay, so add padding horizontal of 24 pixels, or adding a horizontal in every single side, 24 pixels. Okay, nice. And let's remove that, or let's add that, keep that there, and let's add a safe area view instead of, and the edge should be only the bottom, so we just want to add padding to the bottom. Okay. So let's do something for that. So let's actually, instead of adding that, let's add a scroll view. Okay, let's add a scroll view with a style of flex 1, and the reason it is going up because there is no flex 1 there, so it is just taking off. Let's add flex 1, and that should work, and this is working. So let's remove that padding and gap from there and add that to here. Nice. So now it is working. Pretty cool. And there is no bottom padding going on because this is a modal, so it is avoiding that. So let's get our context insets from use safe area insets, and let's add that manually. Let's remove that. Let's remove this as well. Let's add padding. Padding bottom should be 24 plus insets dot bottom, and we are having a problem because we need to this is expecting a safe area provider which we haven't defined, added. Let's add that safe area provider, and let's add a style of flex 1, and now we are having a bottom padding. Nice bottom padding. Okay, let's add font size 16, font weight of 600 pixels and 600 width. Color should be theme.colors dot background color. Nice. Color L. What is color L? Okay. Nice. Let's add a position of absolute because we want to add this arrow, but we don't want to affect our label, so it will be fixed position, in fixed position. So for that we have to use that. So let's add a view. Style would be totally inverted, so background color should be a background color. Theme.colors.card color, it will be a card color, and then there will be icon. Let's bring back our icons. Let's go icons. So name would be arrow right, and the size would be 24, and the color would be theme.colors to text. Okay, so already did this time. So width would be, let's see, 64 minus 12 minus 12, let's see, 40 pixels. Aspect ratio on border radius 40, and align items should be centered, justify content should be centered, position should be absolute, top should be 12, right should be 12, and bottom should be 12 as well. Okay, so as you can see, it is doing some kind of weird thing. So let's see why is that. Because we added absolute, we have to add relative, and there you go, it just got fixed. And we want not that arrow, so let's search for arrow, and we want arrow back, so let's add arrow forward. That should work, and nice, that is looking pretty cool, at least in my opinion. I don't know about you. Okay, so let's see what we can do with that filter, because that is sticking with that. And okay, so the gaps are not working. That is because we need to move that to a new view, and wrap it up. Now the gaps are working. The gaps will not work in scroll view, so you have to wrap all of your component in another view. So now that is working pretty well. Okay, so I think we're done with that. So let's see, that is looking pretty cool. Let's bring it down to 8, because that is, now it is looking pretty nice. 6, and now it's pretty cool. This will be enough for the part 1. I think this has to be a 2-parted video, because this is I'm like talking for an hour or 2, so I should make a part 2 where I will implement the other screen, like the slider thing, and then we have to also implement this detail screen. So that can be done in part 2. So I think that will be a great thing to do, because my throat is like hurting right now, because I never talked this much in my entire life. So yeah, that is it, I think. Okay, so we also need to add the custom bottom navigation thing, and that we will also do tomorrow, or maybe the next day. And I think we're ready to end this tutorial right here. So yeah, thank you so much guys for watching this long video, and I think you got something from this video. And yeah, if you got anything from this video, and then please do like and subscribe, and please do share this video with your friends who also want to learn React Native. Please share this in Twitter, Instagram, or anywhere you want. Yeah, thank you so much for watching this. I really appreciate that, and please do share this video with anyone you want, and that will be a pretty big help for me. And yeah, thank you so much, and do follow do follow. I think his name is Jams, so I will put his Twitter URL in the video description so you can check him out. And he's a really nice guy, and he makes some really good, really great actually UI. So yeah, check it out. Don't forget to follow me. This is my Twitter handle, Rohid Dev. That's pretty simple. And yeah, I think this is a good time to end this video. So thank you so much guys, and I will see you in the next video. So yeah, thank you so much.